Welcome to Cal's Journal, and today we're going to be pricing items, and this is the first in a series of videos in which we are going to go over how to find and price various items, as well as discuss whether or not certain items are worth it. Today we're going to be handling books. Namely, we're going to price this book in a little bit. So there are several ways to price books, and there are several sources to price books. One way to price books is by collecting book guides that have lists of potential prices. This book guide is actually a bit dated. It's from the 2000s. However, you can get these inexpensive, and it highlights things that might be of interest to look at. You can find more current guides, and you can find them at used bookstores. I like this one because it's small. Other book guides are a little bigger. You can also look up books and see if they're currently selling and what their list price are. When you're looking for books, whether collecting for yourself or out looking for items to resell, you want to look at several things with the book. Obviously, things like age, rarity, and the quality of the book. This book has a small, and I don't know if the camera will pick up, a small little bit of a dent on the cover here on the side. So obviously that's reducing the quality of this book. This book has all of its pages. Another thing to check with old books especially is to see if they smell. If a book has been in a house where there's a smoker, the book's going to have the smoke. There's no way around that. And that can also give you quite a headache while reading. Even if you enjoy things like smoking or cigars, if your book has it, it has a very aged smoke smell that does not come out. So that is something to consider. You should give books a distant smell. Another thing to consider is the binding. This book has pretty good binding still. So binding is simply by the feel. You can feel the flexibility of it and so forth. When you're looking for books for resale or collecting and you're looking for value, you want to consider not just the rarity, but also the audience. A book could be really, really rare, but it could have no audience, especially since a lot of people could have published a book, and there's been thousands and thousands, if not millions, of books published. Not all of them have an audience or a following that's going to have a collector. So let's look at this book. This book has an audience in the running community, but you have to dig a little deeper than just running community. This book focuses on the 1968 Olympics and this person's journey to it. The age demographic that is of interest and remembers the 1968 Olympics is aging. They're reaching their 70s, and as such, they may be exiting the book buying and collecting market. Younger generations may not be as interested in this story. That said, it does hold a niche in the distance running community, this particular book. About a decade ago, this book was worth close to $300. Today, this book is worth closer to $89 to $150. Obviously, signed copies of books are worth more money. However, this book is not signed. So this book has gone down over time in value. I suspect it will continue to go down in value as people lose interest in this book, in this topic, despite the continued popularity of distance running. This book also relates to several famous distance running coaches of the 50s and 60s. Given that people with an interest in that era's history are beginning to age significantly and exit the book buying market, or buy less books, or already own the book, it has less of a market. That said, if a new interest in a particular era occurs, the book may receive a rise in attention. Now, other topics to think about when you're looking to pair a book are science fiction has a longer demographic. If you take something like Dune, which came out in the 60s and the 70s, there's been a recent movie within the last few years. So obviously some titles, some authors, and some subjects have a longer time frame. Similar things can be seen in collecting books especially signed books or first editions by various historical figures. Oftentimes, presidents and senators will write a book. However, not all of them will write valuable books or their signatures be that rare or popular. Obviously, this goes in waves. It also goes in waves in what is popular for that generation. American history collectors also do tend to go in waves, as well as academia's focus on American history goes in waves. As such, students of that period and people interested in rare titles may shift focus, say from Civil War focus to a later generation focus and back. Um, those cycles occur, and if you're looking to find and sell rare books, you have to be aware of how those dynamics and those cycles play out. That said, things like science fiction or Americana, American history titles, always have longer popularity. If you like this series and would like to watch more videos like this and to watch me price more items, please give a comment, please like and subscribe. And we plan to continuously price items, a fair number of books, but we'll be pricing other items. And then also in time, we'll be evaluating or even interviewing people to see if it's worth it to, say, own a $100 book. Is it worth it? And also to quiz other people if their particular collections or expensive items are worth it. Perhaps we can get some watch collectors in here to talk about whether they like their watch, or coin collectors, and so forth. Perhaps even cars. So please like, please subscribe, please comment and interact, and let me know what you would like to price next in the comments. And I'd be happy to price and evaluate. And thank you for watching.